Live from historic Fenway Park in Boston, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. Let's jump right in with a player who's hit a bit of a rough patch lately. It's been an absolute ice-cold streak, Singy.
Yeah, Boog, but today could be his day to break out of it. A few swings, some luck.
First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. Our starting pitcher in this one, Tomoyuki Sagano. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
Corrals it. One down. Here's the lineup for the Reds. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
He makes the grab, and there are 2 outs.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
2 outs, base is empty. In now for the Reds, Wilson Contreras. They say you win. Next one misses. 2-2. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one is back. And it's gone. His 7th home run of the season. It's 1-0. So the streak stays alive. His 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And now it's William Contreras. About this one, it's out of here. They go back to back. His 9th homer of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ballpark.
2 outs, nobody on. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Out towards right center field. Suzuki on the move. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Back now at Fenway. And on the mound in this one, Hunter Green. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get ahead of hitters and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to bring that ERA down, because you know in the back of his mind, beyond the W, he wants to have a better earned run average.
Headed towards the corner. and it stays fair. Around second now as they still don't have it. Not in time. He's safe.
Punched that ball down the opposite field line, just barely able to keep it fair, but once it dropped in, he was off and racing for the triple.
And up next for Chicago, Hideki Matsui. Left-hand hitter waits. Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here. A two-run blast. His 16th homer of the year. It's 2-2. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Oka digs in now. That's way outside. And the count 2-1. Inside corner at the knees for a strike. Ground ball left side. Zips it across. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. Singy, this lineup has the benefit of playing behind a great pitching staff. They've got a really low ERA.
Yeah, and, you know, with that said, there's not as much pressure on the offense, but make no mistake about it. Players want to hit the ball hard, and they want to score runs. They want to jog around the bases, hitting the ball over the fence. So regardless of how dominant the staff can be, the attitude is we want to go out there and have some fun with the bat. So we'll see. One big inning in this one, you know, could be all they need, but you'd like to have multiple big innings.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting fifth, the right fielder,
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. And delivers outside.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Late that time, and it's strike two.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's two gone.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Ichiro Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a ball popped up. Suarez. And that is that. Cubs had two on this homer. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back here at Fenway Park. And the batter now, Elly De La Cruz.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Look pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
The shortstop takes the ball. Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count. Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Luis Ariz stands in. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. That's out number 2.
Batting it, the left fielder, Jose Altuve.
2 down, base is empty. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Jose Altuve. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. And foul ball.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
And that's in the dirt. And it's a full count. Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely, if he's doing damage.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Bottom of the second inning coming up. All square at 2 apiece. Back in Boston, now it's the second baseman, Akinori Iwamura.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Ripped to first, caught.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
So digging in, Kazuo Matsui.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Katse into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. That one the other way. Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. 2 away.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
And here's the catcher, Kyle Higashioka. And a swing and a miss.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Swing and a miss. Hunter Green with the strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Score remains 2-2. Back here in Boston, on to the 3rd inning. In now for the Reds, Jackson Chourio. And it goes just foul. Next one is off the plate, and it's 3-2. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Here's Acuna now. Sagano with a move to first. And he's back safely. Runner on the go. Cut on and miss. Throw. Save. Chris, his wheels were the difference maker on that play. Just got in there.
Yeah, with StatCast's help, we see his top speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. I mean, man, he really made his athleticism work for him on that one.
Man at second, and that's down and away. Struck him out looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Anthony Santander. Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 1 out and a runner at second here in the second game of the series. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, Billy, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it, or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Go Chris through the early stages. He hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. That one laced to center and a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. It's an RBI single, 3-2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's the Reds catcher, William Contreras. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Next pitch is outside. Eugenio Suarez hitting on deck circle. Into center. Matsui makes the grab on the run. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Shohei Ohtani.
Ball to strike. The pitch. That one missed. That one fouled off. 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next offering is downstairs.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
That's towards center. Chorio should have this one. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Cubs, the left fielder.
So up next, Hideki Matsui. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
And now, Kazuo Oka. That's to third. Suarez throw to first in time. That's the third out. Inning over. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They trail it 3-2. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And that's off the inside edge. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, these Reds doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That one ripped left field. And it's off the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double in the 4th.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at-bat, battling with 2 strikes. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left.
Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Now it's the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. The 2-1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Raging back towards the wall. Bangs off the wall. Runner holds at third. It's second and third to start the inning.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team.
Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Next for Cincinnati, Luis Arias. Two in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. In the air, left field. And there's one away.
The bat, the left fielder,
Jose Altuve up to hit here.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
One down, runners at second and third. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Good eye right there. That's a strikeout. Good looking sweeper there. Jackson Chorial, the next to hit for the Reds. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. 2 on 2 outs. Swings and misses. Going to count 1 and 2. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat.
Well, looked at the fastball for strike 3 there to end the inning.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Bottom 4. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, number 5.
The first baseman, number 5.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
To the right side, Arise. Handles, throws to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
And next for the Cubs, Seiya Suzuki. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Next offering misses. 3 and 2 down. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one's back. Long gone. His 11th of the year. It's 3-3. He kept swinging and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. There he got a splitter that he was able to handle, allowed that pitch to travel a little bit deeper, and when it was time to commit, his hands exploded through the zone.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Suzuki, the next to hit. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. One out, bases empty, and a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Foul tip into the mid, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And that one misses up and in. 2-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
The 2-2 on the way. Registers the punch out and hits 101. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. The 1-1 is fouled off. Hit on the ground to short. Matsui rolls across the diamond. One away here in the 5th.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Anthony Santander at the plate. 1 out, base is empty. Fastball for a strike. Fastball almost got him there. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. And he grounds one back up the middle. Slings to first, and the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
The batter, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. That's a strike, and a count 1-2.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
There's a swing and a drive, and that gets down in the corner. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw to second is offline.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And here is William Contreras. Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout, and he will make a move to the pen.
Now pitching for the
So they
Cubs,
turn things over to one of their young arms, Coco.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Up the middle, Matsui throws to first in time, and that's terrific work out of the bullpen. 1 pitch to end the frame. Back here at Fenway, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Kazuo Matsui. That's off the inside corner. The count now 2-2. This one in the air. Contreras under it, and he's got it.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Kyle Higashioka, the next Cub to hit. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
And now it's 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning going.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Here's some real power at the plate. Hideki Matsui. 2 outs. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Here in the 5th inning, and here he is about to throw his 100th pitch. Man, he's really had to grind through to get to this point.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change. Kiter Montero takes over on the mound.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
On the ground to third. Down the line, and it's foul. Got him swinging for the K. Had him way out front of the slurve.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at Fenway, Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. Suarez with some impressive production lately. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
Got him. And now 1 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. And that is out of play. Next pitch misses outside, and the count is 2-2. Ripped to short. Sends it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Luis Arias.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Reds down in order. Still tied 3-3. Bottom of the 6th, and now number 5. Missed with a changeup, and a count 2-1. Action in the pen down there. Angel Serpa up and throwing for Terry Francona. Chapman also throwing. That one a little bit high, and now 3 balls and a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Lifted, left field, towards the monster. Going, gone. So he goes yard to left. His 19th home run of the year. It's 4-3. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to follow that type of approach.
So up now for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. And that one missing low.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
High in the air, out to right. Acuna there. Hauls it in for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Ichiro Suzuki, the next Cub to hit.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Verdansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway. Two outs, base is empty. Akinori Iwamura, the next Cub to hit. Ground ball right side, Arise. On to first. That's the inning. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
Altuve.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make it. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Kodai Senga.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. And there's one away.
Up next for Cincinnati, the center fielder,
Jackson Chourio, the next to hit for the Reds. One down, base is empty. That one hooked foul. Struck him out. Now 2 away.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. He's a guy, Chris's highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms in the sport. This one popped up right side. And that's the third out. Reds go down quietly. Score holds at 4-3. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Angel Serpa.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game zone.
The shortstop, Kazuo Matsui.
Ripped on the ground to second, to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Now batting, the catcher.
Next to hit, Kyle Higashioka. Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Nori Nakamura.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
Base hit. That was smoke through the infield.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Substitution now at first base. And on to run for the Cubs, Kyle Teal. Gets the call. That is strike 2. Teal, the runner at first with one gone to the inning. Next offering misses down and away.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Now batting.
Down the number 2 hitter, Hideki Matsui. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
One more time.
And that one is downstairs. And it's 2-1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
And that one hammered. That's back there. And out of here. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 6-3. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And up next for Chicago, Kazuo Oka. The 1-1. There's a strike. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Long run, nice grab. And that is that. Back here at Fenway Park, digging in, Anthony Santander. And that misses. And it's 2-1.
Well, these Reds, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That one finds the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, the catcher, William Contreras.
Here's the catcher, William Contreras.
Here's a run-scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the ninth, got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
And down on strikes he goes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
The batter, the third baseman,
and ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Eugenio Suarez. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper. Contreras off of first with 2 away. The next offering misses. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
To third. Jump throw on the money. Nice play. Reds leave 1, and they're still doubled up. It's 6-3.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Aroldis Chapman.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole.
The first baseman, number 5.
Running that good fastball up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, keeps him from diving out over the plate and get those arms extended on the pitch away.
On the ground. And foul ball.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Do it again.
Next offering upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Close pitch
Now
there,
batting,
but you got to forget about that call if you're out on the mound. You can't let it affect you going forward. You've got to get out of the inning first, and then if you want to be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
That one misses. And the count is 3-1. Movement in the bullpen. Jose Alvarado up and throwing for Terry Francona. Rodriguez warming up as well. In the air, center field. Chourio settles under it and makes the grab. And there's one down.
Now batting, center fielder Ichiro Suzuki.
So digging in, Ichiro Suzuki. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Chorio makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
The batter, number 4, second baseman Akinori Iwamura.
So, man aboard. Now at the plate, Akinori Iwamura. Two outs. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Next offering is outside. Just missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
High fly ball out to left field. Altuve. He's there. He's got it. And the inning is over. One left for the Cubs, but they still lead it 6-3. Back now at Fenway, and the batter will be the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Kodai. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Roki Sasaki.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
One-two now. And they'll do it again. Strike 3. It's a strikeout for Roki.
Well, I definitely say that's a statement strikeout right there. You come out of the bullpen, go right after the hitters, and 3 pitches later, you got 1 out. I'll tell you what, if you're in the dugout, you're looking at each other and saying, he's going to be tough to get to today.
This to third. 2 up, 2 down.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So they're down to their final out. Here's the left fielder, Jose Altuve. This could end it. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
6-3 our final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long